Hello, tonight I'm going to show you our latest project, which is the Heiwa Date machine. This machine is tell with the theory. Interesting background here. The center here says Heiwa Dato. So pretty much this has been the most feminine machine we've seen as far as for overall theme. You can see on here you have kind of Pomeranians in the background with bones. The couple here, which we'll show later, depending on the ball, one will kiss the other depending on the action. And overall, very colorful machine. This is also probably one of the last Heiwas before the electronic shooters and that comes in. We figured the date on this, it's showing a date code of about December of 78. So this puts it very much towards the end of the all-mechanical machines. This machine we found from an owner that bought it from the first owner here in the U.S. And basically they played with it a few times, put it in a box in the back of a closet in the original box, and just left it there since they purchased it. So overall this was one of the few where hadn't seen water damage or other things of this. The background on this machine is original. We did not replace it, we just cleaned it. Has a little bit of water staining up here at the top, and there's some down low where you can't see it when the panels are closed. But overall, it's rare that there's absolutely no water staining on the main playing field areas. And the overall pieces out here were in great shape on the decal areas, and the spinners had hardly any chipping on it. So mostly this machine we had to do a real good cleaning on the back of the machine because it was really dirty back there. And mostly hand polished all the pins on here since we didn't remove them on this for fear of damaging the background, and just cleaning up and brightening all the other features here. Chrome on this is about one of the nicest we've had. Basically put it at 9 to 10. I mean, this is basically, we just gave it a light hand polished and this is how it looks. The front of the machine did have a lot of cigarette damage on it. We were able to clean that up. Also, this one has an aluminum tray up top here and the aluminum tray on the bottom. Somebody had let this rub against something and damaged the lower tray down here. We were able to weld back in some material to fill it. If you look carefully, you can kind of detect a little bit of difference, but overall, it's able to clean it up, give it a nice finish. We polished everything, clear coated it. The other pieces all polished out really well on here. And as you can see, it's got great color to it. One thing on the machine, the hearts in the center here light up, and what we've done is replaced them with the original bulbs with LEDs because the original bulbs were really hard to service due to the location in here, and you had to try to drag them out with on two weird little wands. And first time we tried that, they basically broke apart. So it was kind of designed to never be serviced. So we replaced them with the LEDs so you never would have to service it. Still has the incandescent bulbs up top here. So overall you get a really nice feel when it lights up. It still looks very traditional to the period and reduce the amount of maintenance on here. This one thing on the machine, it has up here a trap door instead of the usual rubber bumper. So most of the time if you hit it, it will flick the ball down, but if you hit the right speed, the ball will come down, fall down the side here, go around here, come back out, and then show back up in the ball here. So it basically becomes a foul ball type situation here. Payouts on this machine are in several different versions. Start up here with the frog at the top. He has a little trip door inside here. So first time it comes down, the door will flip, ball will come down, and just the lower tulip will open. Second time through, the ball drops down, comes into the heart area here, will trigger one of the two people here to give the other one a quick kiss. The ball drops out and will either come down through here or drop into one of the two pockets here. If it hits the pockets on the side or the one in the back, it will open the lower and one of the two side pockets out here. Won't open both, it will just alternate depending on if you go left side or right side. And then it will come down. The other thing on here is usually this pocket here in most cases will alternate out of sequence. So this one will open, that will stay closed, or this will close, this one will open as you're watching later on when we play the machine. So you usually end up getting 2 to 3 payouts out of these two pockets depending on if you hit them. Do have side entries from either side up here, entries from down into here, and got the 2 standard lower pockets plus the 2 tulips. Overall, a lot of action, different ways for it to pay off, and with the light setup, it's quite a lot of action from lights as well. This is a wind light, ball out light, plus the 2 hearts light up as the wind light here. And also you're noticing, overall we were able to touch up some of the areas where the original paint flaked off, and finally was able to find some transparent paint that matched the originals. So came back to some coloring on here that's, you know, basically like the unit was new. Here again, everything just really polished up nice on this. Formica was in great shape on here. We do not have the key lock because this is the high security puzzle type. Those never left Japan. But trim piece here, this was original, just cleaned. Frame on the machine also was in excellent shape. We cleared it, just sanded it up. It was very solid, so it's very nice looking, very clean wood. Actually, here again, one of the cleanest pieces of wood outer casings. We've added feet to it and retouched up the bottom here so it's nice and stable. And the unit will come with a power supply to run the lights. And let's go ahead and do some initial firing here of the unit. Oh, sorry. There we go. Lower ball tray released this step. Actually, if you caught that, one of the balls just disappeared down the side. Okay, what we're going to do here to save some time, I'm going to open up the front and manually activate the various payout features. So, open it up. One thing, the unit will come with a brand new piece of plexiglass in here too. So, give you nice action. Okay, first we'll activate the frog up top here. So, here's first drop down. See, open the lower pocket. Got the flash there, the flash there. I'm going to close the pocket here. Now watch the action here as we come down the center on this time. See, we got the girl gave the boy the kiss, and it went into the pocket over here. Had the open this pocket, and this pocket, and this one's a multi-function, so it cycles once, we'll open the top, we'll close, and then let the ball drop on the second time it gets a payout through there. So we'll watch on this and simulate it. Now it then opens that feature, and then you get that closed, and that closed, so you get an extra 4 payouts if you get it into one of here. So you can get a lot of payouts off this machine if you make it into the center pockets. If it drops straight through, you get the double. And then here again, it still keeps the bottom one open. And there you just heard the overflow bell. So you get the higher pitch bell. And what we figured out, basically for this machine they use telephone bells. So you have both a high tone and a low tone telephone bell in here. And listen to this. So now we're in the overflow mode coming down to here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention earlier. This actually was able to get the ashtray almost completely clean on this. So No nasty ash residue in there. And then outer tulips are standard action. Actually, I forgot. It will open that and the center. So here again, you'll end up getting an extra payout down here. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get a lot of payout on this machine. And that kind of runs down the basic payouts on the machine. Okay, this is the back side of the Heiwa Date machine. One neat thing on this machine is the use of the light clear blue plastics on this. So you can really see all the mechanicals of the machine throughout. Even sometimes through the front you can stare through the pockets and still see things going on in the background. Here again, we've cleaned everything up. One thing we've done is this machine actually came with 2 micro switches. One that was for the ball out light and one that was not being used. It was for some system in the parlors that was to trigger when a ball out condition was. What we've done is the old leaf switch for the payout on this machine was actually in pretty bad shape. So we took the spare switch from here, moved it over to this side of the machine. So now you have a very reliable switch on for the payout. So you're not having to worry about fiddling with any little leaf switches and getting dirty, etc. Here again, will come with a 9-volt transformer on it. If you wanted to, you could change this to a 9-volt battery. But we were kind of noticing on this one, it tended to pull a bit more power, so it was not running quite as high on just a 9-volt battery. So if you do want to go that route, we can suggest a way to give it a little bit more juice. But for most use, the 9-volt transformer will be fine. And also the machine, when you're not playing, it's off. There's nothing drawing power, so you can leave it plugged in and it will just sit there until you're ready to play. Anyways, have the upper ball system here with the dump, your payout mechanism. Also see the main action here. And it comes down, hits the lever, will cycle through, the one ball will come out, return down here. Your overflow systems. Right now you can see, since we're in the overflow state on the front, how the balls will back up here and then redirect the balls down to the lower tray. Also, it has a neat little window here so you can see the actual seesaw mechanism in here and easily check it or service it with 2 screws. But pretty much and the reset's down here, but if you basically don't mess with anything, you shouldn't have to get in this cover. Here again, everything was just cleaned. Overall, machine was in great shape. Backboard was excellent. You can see the refinishing of the frame. We'll include the little bucket here for catching balls out. Depending on how many you have, you might want to find a larger one. And has a support here, which this can be adjusted depending on your bin, along with the feet. And here, go ahead and play it a little bit so you can watch the action from the back. You can see it's kind of a neat machine to watch on the back here. And that's the view of the back of the machine when it's on operation.